During the presidential election proceedings, and as always said, during election matters, I run into the court and I run out because people are running to me. Oh my God, we have this case, we know you will do the right thing, blah, 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 blah. Okay. When the proceedings were going on, oh my God, we are praying for you, we know you will do the right thing. When the judgment was delivered, these same people, when they see me here, they will take long road because they believe that we've done the wrong thing. Well, we believe that we've done the right thing and we've been vindicated by the Supreme Court. It is now left for the ivory tower to analyze this judgment, and Professor George Akinsete is here. I tell my friends who are in the ivory tower that they should stop abandoning their responsibility. You don't have to be SAN. Stay there as professors. Look at the decisions of the judges. Analyze them. Put them in your law journals. Send them to the judges. Let them read and know where they are wrong. Yes, and then the practitioners, the SANs, the Jodaudu, will now look and apply these facts to upcoming cases and persuade the Supreme Court to revisit their decision. That's the right way to do it. Thank you. Thank you. Section 6 of the 1999 Constitution provides that the judicial powers vested in accordance with the foregoing provisions of this section shall extend, notwithstanding anything to the contrary, to this Constitution, to all inherent powers and sanctions of a court of law. The courts are responsible for interpreting the law, and in doing so, the courts must ensure that the law is applied accurately and consistently in all cases, and justice is served fairly and impartially by ensuring the law is applied equally to all citizens, regardless of their status or background. The learned Silk, Moise Banire, in an article published on the 12th day of October 2023, titled, "Is Judiciary Truly a Lost Hope of the Common Man?" stated that the absence of the rule of law signifies the substitution of the rule of man. The import of this is the subjugation of the conduct of state affairs and that of the citizens to dictates of man. I'm not a very good Bible person, but I know that when, I think it was King David, when God asked him to choose between being left to the power of man or to the power of God, he selected to rely on the mercy of God, because God is merciful, man is merciless. So when we allow our laws to be dictated by man, we'll be in trouble. And the solution is to respect the law. Stay with the courts. The courts may be bad. I do not know. We may not be doing the right thing, but we're human. Well, let's try. Thank you. Where the rule of law is undermined, the principle of might override becomes expedient. The result will be the pungency of anarchism and the decivilization of the society. Thus, I would posit that the displacement of the rule of law or the undermining of the judiciary is directly proportionate to the rise of disorder in the nation today. A principle linked with the rule of law is expedient delivery of justice without interference intimidation, manipulation, or fear. The environment must be conducive for such to be achieved. That is why, as President of the Court of Appeal, in an effort to secure us from harm and possible threats to the rule of law, the determination of sensitive political appeals is now centered in Abuja and Lagos divisions of the state, of the court. The learned justices involved in such appeals are not notified of their case dockets until close to the hearing. This not only insulates their lordships from undue prejudice, but also secures them from undue threats to their persons. Beyond this, it demonstrates my determination to see to it that justice is not only done, but seen to be done without fear or favor, affection, or ill will. From time to time, I call my colleagues to find out how they are faring. And last week, I called one of my colleagues. I said, "My Lord, where are you?" He said, "My Lord, I just arrived Abuja." They said, "Oh, what are you doing in Abuja?" I said, "Oh, they called me to come and sit." I said, "Oh, what matter?" I said, "I do not know." I felt bad, but I know that that was my creation. But he said, "Look, my Lord, it is okay." So it helps them. They come into the court and then they meet the other two colleagues that they are sitting with. And they're giving the files and they go to work. And we have been delivering our judgment. People have been calling us names and everything. But my conscience is clear. And I'm sure most of my colleagues are happy. They are contented. Apart from this, I was wondering, today, the Sokoto Tribunal, the Sokoto Court of Appeal is sitting. There's insecurity there. There's insecurity in Borno. There's insecurity in Jos. There's insecurity in Abia, everywhere. How will I manage it? But in Lagos, we take a trip to Lagos. I go and sit with them. Okay, how are we doing? We're doing fine. Yes, fine. I come back to Abuja. We're doing fine. And the securities that the executive have provided for themselves are available to us. Because I'm not sure people really take time to take care of judicial officers. We are really existing by the grace of God. Honestly, we are really existing by the grace of God. When you come out of the court, you are not sure who is waiting to jump on your neck because you have made a pronouncement that displeases him. And then the lawyers are not helping us. They come out. Yes. They will tell you, and then lawyers will go to the TV and talk about judgment that they have not read. Read it. Why do you say it is conflicting when you have not read it? What are the facts? I thought we work on facts and law. Look at the judgment. Say, look, I have not read this judgment. I'm not in a position to comment about it. That's how a decent person, a decent professional should behave. Please help us. The Black's Law Dictionary, 8th edition, defined the administration of justice as the maintenance of right within a political community by means of the physical force of the state. The state's application of the sanction of force to the rule of right. When the rule of law is got right, then the resultant effect will be the revitalization of our administration of justice system. If the citizen performs his duty as mandated by the Constitution, the security agencies carry out their role as prescribed by the Act establishing them and the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015. The lawyers also brace up to do what the law demands. Then the vitality of the justice system will be eminent. The coming into effect of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015 has brought innovations which have remedied some of the lapses we suffered in the past. Alexander Hamilton a founding father of the United States, noted that the first duty of society is justice. And I agree. Justice is the bedrock of a civilized society anchored on the respect for law and order. Its administration is the veil that sustains what would otherwise be an amorphous, formless concept. Nowhere is this more evident than in how a nation administers its criminal justice system. Judicial work requires managing one's own emotions and conduct and can demand management of others' emotions and behaviors, whether litigants, lawyers, the public, or others. The judge must effectively anticipate and respond to others' emotional reactions, including when framing and communicating decisions. All these are necessary for the observance of the rule of law. I'm aware of the recent an increase in the challenges of the judiciary orchestrated by the social media. There has been a dramatic increase in the number of organized protests and threats of violence to judges. Much of this increase appears to be driven by widespread use of the internet and social media and the polarization of political climate. It is true that the judiciary already has its own safety education program and that covers a wide range of threats. In addition, all new judges and newly promoted chief judges are educated in how to reduce their exposure and how to maintain low profile while nevertheless to be safe at home and in the courthouse. Judges and their families need a greater level of assistance and resources that only the two other arms of government can provide. This also is necessary for the observance of the rule of law. It is not how. It is a responsibility. I don't like to talk about people behind them, but at the recently concluded judges conference, some government officials said, we will help the judiciary, we will help you to do this, we will help you to fix your roofing, leaking roof. It's not about help, it's about taking responsibility and doing what is right. It's your responsibility. We are part of the government. You are not dashing us. You are giving us what is due to us, and you've been denying us. And it's the lawyers that should sit up. And I thank my president, the president of the Nigerian Bar Association, who has been screaming since he came into office, do something for the judges, do something for the judges. It takes the grace of God. And you know, when lawyers say they want to come to the judiciary from the top, I said, they do not know what they are looking for. Believe me, when my daughter said she wanted to be a judge, I felt sorry for her. I said, what is there? But you see, they grow up to see us reading and writing, and that is like they know. So it's not unusual that they want to do what we are doing. But really, it's not that glamorous. And some people like the glamour of being, honorable justice. But what lies behind it? I remember, many times I was struggling, when I was in Ibadan or Enugu or Lagos. You'll be struggling with your heavy box, trying to pass through the aircraft. And senior advocates, they're just as if they didn't see. They are sitting in first class. We were struggling to go to the back. Yes, and you have to overload your boxes so that you can avoid paying excess luggage. Yes, so your hand luggage is unnecessarily heavy because your checked-in luggage is already heavy. And what is it heavy of? Books, files. Honestly, it is a great sacrifice which people don't understand, they don't appreciate. But we know that God appreciates us. And we fear him because we are doing his job.